start with your name and you can go ahead.
My name is Colby Hewitt, and this is our German retreat of Luxembourg. It's kind of just, we have the Germans retreating and trying to claim their land, but they failed because the Americans came and they're starting to, attack them and trying to make sure they don't get any more land that they already have. Mm-hmm. And then the Germans tried to blow up the bridge when they did not. Gee, I don't know if they did or not. I think they did a little bit. And
so they're trying to keep the Americans from being able to cross.
Yeah, because they've already exploded all the other bridges, and it's like the last one, the last chance. Because you can't really cross the river because it's freezing and it's winter. So, we have the Americans invading on their space, everyone scrambling around trying to make sure the Germans don't get across, and they're trying to do everything they can without destroying the bridge.
The Americans have a little bit of help on the back of the Jeep here.
Oh yes, very important part of the war.
So talk about the bridge design, because I really like the way that you combine all the elements to get the snow and then kind of arch bridge effect.
Yeah, so we started planning the bridge out on a site called Mecca Bricks, and it's a really good place where you can kind of just plan out all your stuff. So we started planning it all on there, and we did all the arches and stuff like under the bridge, and we ordered all the pieces from Europe, and half of our pieces didn't come. They're still stuck in customs right now. So our bridge was going to be a whole different color, but the same design. So we had to do with what we did of the bridge, and I thought it turned out great for all the pieces that we had. And we kind of wanted it, we didn't want it to be all smooth, and that's kind of how it was for everything. We wanted it to be natural, how it a thing would actually be.
Another great technique is the way you did the water, especially kind of how you can see the land just underneath it there.
Yeah, we kind of so on the beach we just laid out these 2x2 tiles, and we did that over the beach, and then here we actually put a 2x2 bricks, and it just gives it a bunch of depth, and it looks good, and it paid off.
And then point out some of the minifigures here if you can, some of the weapon elements you've been able to include. What all minifigures do you have?
Yeah, so this one, they've been doing little Plinko events at the back, and I've won this one, and then there's one other over here.
So you won these here at the show?
Yeah, I won these at the show, and then all the other ones that we have, they're either stickered or they are from Brickmania, like this one. This German,
kind of stuck in the turret.
Oh yeah, some German tank crewman. I think that was one of the first German soldiers I've got. And before I'm a kid, so I like playing with Legos, and I'd have these little green army men that they came in Lego sets. So I just found them in the basement someday and just started playing with those, and we had a bunch of American soldiers already, so it kind of worked out perfect.
Very nice. And then how did you achieve the landscaping here with the very snow and kind of stone pathway elements?
Well, basically all of the snow is snot, no studs on top. And then the cliff, we used a bunch of slopes and then a bunch of curved pieces to build it up to the snot. And it worked out great because it's we didn't want it to be all edgy and symmetrical because that's not how natural is. So we kind of wanted it to be as natural and smooth as possible. and I think it looked great. It turned out good.
When you got this to the show, what was set up like for you? Did you know exactly where all the minifigures would be, or do you kind of decide the story as you set up at the show?
The first day, we forgot our minifigs actually. So we had to go back home, which is only 20 minutes away. So, we got it easy compared to some of these people who live in like California or something. And I kind of just, before I planned out some people, but I planned out all the German side, but I didn't plan out the American side. So all the American side was kind of last minute. You can kind of tell.
What type of research do you do for a build like this?
So we kind of looked at like Google Maps, and we got a bunch of, like inspiration of the bridge and then the side, but we kind of based it off as best as we could for it, and that's like we look at battle plans, like what the people printed for battle plans, and then we look at it, and we kind of look at that, so then you can get a little more feel for how the minifigs will like be laid out.
Well, very nice. Great work on the layout here. Thanks for bringing it out to the show.
Yeah, thank you.